Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead. So normally we have Tom cook breakfast on Sunday and then he'll do dinner at night. But we're going to do something a little bit different today because Tom's going to get a big surprise this afternoon. And with that surprise comes a trip to Detroit very, very, very early in the morning. And I didn't think he wanted to be up at 3:30 or 3 o'clock cooking. So what I thought I'd do is cook us something up in the oven and that we can just warm up in the morning. And then the reason I can't say because I promised I wouldn't. But anyway, he's going to have a fantastic surprise. And he's going to have a long trip to Detroit in the morning. So I am going to make a breakfast casserole. And I know you see a pan here, right? Well, what I want to do is, because everything came out of the freezer or a can, like I've got the diced potatoes, and I rinsed them off really, really good. But I'd like to brown them up a little bit before I go off putting them into the casserole. Because canned tomatoes to me have a canned taste. So I'm going to put those in the pan and start cooking up. Well, then I got to thinking, well, why don't I brown up everything a little bit so that it actually tastes really good in the casserole. So now you remember I had that little package of ham. I said, well, I'll use that one for breakfast. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to put the ham in with that. And then I have my own home canned mushrooms, but you know, they're quite big pieces, and so I don't want that big chunks like that. So I'm going to cut them up in a little bit smaller pieces. I think in a casserole they should be just a little bit smaller maybe. So I'm going to use a whole half pint of those. And then I'm going to chop up the rest of these. He is going to be really surprised today when he gets home from work tonight. And the surprise is going to be the reason that I'm making tonight's dinner too, so it'll be good. Alright, so we got all that in there. Now I also had frozen spinach that's been in my freezer for like a billion years. So we're going to use that up. I've got a couple more of those too. I really, really do want to get through and use up a lot of the stuff that, you know, has been in there for a long time. That's going to be a nice, beautiful, full casserole. And there'll be lots left over. So then, it'll make great breakfast for us for the next few days too as well. Now I do have the frozen spinach, but I'm going to wait just a minute before I get that started. So while that's cooking, I'm going to use a dozen eggs. And get those all chopped up. Get them all chopped up. Mixed up. How's that? I think they'll like this in the morning. I do. There's 5 so far. I didn't get a trash bag out. Bad Chris. Alright. I'm going to get the rest of these chopped up, or get them broken open and everything, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so now I'm going to add that spinach. had it out most of the morning and it's still not thawed out yet. So we'll get it thawed out. Tom's not a spinach fan. I love spinach. But very seldom do you see me cooking it because he doesn't like it that well. But I told him we have some spinach to use up in the refrigerator. So, well, that's just going to be how we have to do it. Got to use up what we got. And I do love spinach. I think spinach is great. So, I got all the eggs broke up. And now I'm going to put some salt and pepper in there. I'm hoping that this doesn't just taste like all egg with everything else in there. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you do a casserole, an egg casserole, and that's all that you can taste is just the eggs. And I don't want that. So now remember, I had a little bit of that mozzarella left. So I'm going to use that mozzarella up today. I really wish they did a different cutting of this stuff for the 5 pounds of it, but they don't. And it just, I don't think it works as well. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do, but it's harder to work with, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to get that put in there with it. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Look at this so far. So I'm going to get that spinach thawed out and cooked a little bit in the pan, and then I'll be right back. Oh shoot, I forgot something. Someone keeps saying you should add a little bit of water to your eggs and it makes them fluffier. I've never tried that, so I'm going to try that today. Alright, now I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so now I have everything warmed up together. Put that in that bowl for now. So let's get all this stuff added to it. I think this is going to turn out great. And I just want to show you guys, you know, you could do sausage with that or bacon or whatever you want. I know quite a few of you are actually working on cleaning out your freezers as well, organizing them. And I hope that that's what this is doing, is helping you guys do the same thing I'm doing. And let's get control of our pantries and our freezers, refrigerators, things like that. I'm not going to put cheese on top of this because I've already put cheese in it. So I'm going to take my 9x13 pan. And I'm going to pour all of this in there. Look at that, you guys. It doesn't look like all egg. Doesn't that look amazing? So I'm going to put this in a 350 oven, and then obviously it'll be done once you pull your fork, whatever you want to use, and it comes out clean. So in the meantime, I'm going to tackle my freezer over here. Seems like I'm taking stuff out of it, and there's less room than there was, so that tells me I need to pull it all out and organize it. Not looking forward to that. Not looking forward to doing that to any of the freezers, but as it goes down, it'll be a lot easier to organize and a lot easier to figure out what I'm cooking. Like, I only have 3 recipes for next week so far. And that's because I really don't know what's all in my freezer. I know that's terrible, right? But you know what? That's what this is all about. And that's, I'd like to get it manageable so that if I do find really good sales on meat, then I can grab it. And, yeah, there's a few things that I'd like to can, so hopefully I find a lot of chicken breasts that I can can up. And, yeah, so let's hope this goes great. All right, I'll be back when that's done. All right, so it got finished. Look at that. I'm going to take a little bit of a bite here. I already did, to be honest, but we'll do another one. This is so good. I got the freezer organized, and I didn't need to buy chicken nuggets. I had some in there, and I had some pork chops in there too. So I'm trying to get that one a little bit more organized as well. And then we have a small one we use for fruit, which, well, that has changed big time. The one down the stairs, and then the big one. But we're going to get through this, get them organized, get things canned up if we need to. But I want to thank each and every one of you for going along with me today. I am going to post it today, because I don't think we need to take any pictures of anybody at 5 o'clock in the morning. So you guys have a blessed and wonderful night. Be a blessing, and I'll see you at supper.